Welcome to Hymn Playing for the Intermediate Pianist by Carrie Wickens, where you will learn to improvise hymns to improve your congregational accompaniment. Lesson 3. Fill-ins. Steps between fourths and fifths in the bass. Step down after a fifth. Now that you have learned where to apply octave leaps, let's learn a new fill-in, adding steps to the bass. We will start by identifying whole notes in the bass, and then search for leaps of a fourth or a fifth. Look at the hymn More Love to Thee in example 3a. You will notice that there is a whole note in the bass in measure 4. Look at the interval between this whole note, D, and the following bass note, G. Counting down, line, space, etc., we find 5 half steps. So D to G is a fifth. When you find a leap of a fifth after a whole note, walk down the scale to the next note using octaves. These octaves are demonstrated in measure 4 of example 3b. Listen and follow along as I demonstrate this now. Now it's your turn to try. Stop the video and play example 3a using the following steps. Add tenor to the right hand. Double the bass in the left hand. Add an octave leap after each half note. And add downward stepwise motion after the whole note in the left hand. Use example 3b for reference if needed. When you are finished, restart the video. Step up after leaps of a fourth. We can use a similar idea to walk up a fourth after a whole note. Notice measure 4 in example 3c. There is an interval of a fourth between C and F. We will fill this empty space by walking up the 4 steps. However, since there are only 3 beats needed in the measure, we need to use a half note and 2 quarter notes. Listen and follow along as I demonstrate. Now it's your turn to try. Stop the video and play example 3c using the following steps. Add tenor to the right hand. Double the bass in the left hand. Add an octave leap after each half note. And finally, add upward stepwise motion after the whole note in the left hand. Use example 3d for reference if you need help. When you are finished, restart the video. Add steps after dotted quarter notes when you have leaps of a fourth or a fifth. We can also use stepwise motion between fourths and fifths in 3/4 time. Look at Faith of Our Fathers in example 3e. In measure 4, find the dotted quarter note in the bass. Notice there is a leap of a fourth from the G to the C in the next measure. I will add 2 quarter notes to fill in this gap. Listen and follow along as I play example 3E with added stepwise movement in measure 4. Now it's your turn to try. Stop the video and play example 3E using the following steps. Add tenor to the right hand, double the bass in the left hand, add an octave leap after each half note, and add upward, stepwise motion after the note in the left hand. Use example 3F for reference if you need help. When you are finished, restart the video. Add scale steps after half notes when you have leaps of a fourth or a fifth. Finally, we can add eighth notes to fill in a leap of a fourth or a fifth. Notice the half note in the bass at the end of measure 2 in example 3G. I will change the G to an eighth note. Then I add 3 more eighth notes in between G and C. Listen and follow along as I add octave eighth notes in measure 2. Now it's your turn to try. Stop the video and play example 3G using the following steps. Add tenor to the right hand, double the bass in the left hand, and add downward, stepwise eighth notes after the half note in the left hand. Use example 3H for reference if you need help. When you are finished, restart the video. Here is your homework for lesson 3. Find 3 hymns with a whole note in the bass followed by a fifth. Write steps down using a pencil. Find 3 hymns with a whole note in the bass followed by a fourth. Write steps up using a pencil. Find a hymn with a dotted quarter note in the bass followed by a fourth. Write steps up using a pencil. Find a hymn with a half note, followed by a leap of a fifth. Write steps down using a pencil. Write these hymns in your notes and practice using the following steps. Number 1, add tenor to the right hand. 2, double the bass in the left hand. 3, add an octave leap after each half note. And 4, add stepwise motion after leaps of a fourth or a fifth in the left hand. That is the end of lesson 3. I'll hope to see you again in lesson 4. Goodbye.